Hi everyone, thanks for joining us. I'm really excited to share another series of our summer learning program, and today I have with me Mrs. Bobula. We're really excited to share with you information about her summer courses, but if you didn't know, Mrs. Bobula has been part of our Brookwood family for over 21 years. She's done a span of different grade levels, and this year she's gotten an opportunity to really dig into where her heart and soul is and in the science classrooms. She's been working on science with our young learners at the elementary school with a theme surrounding science in your space. So Mrs. Bobula, with your theme this school year, can you explain to our families what that means about science in your space?
Yes, I did a webinar over the summer, and one of the things they talked about was making science relevant to kids. Well, their space is their relevance because this is where they live, this is where their stuff is. So from kindergarten through third grade, we did different levels of looking at what's going on in your space. And then we built their science curriculum around that. So we did observations with kindergartners where they got to use magnifying glasses for the first time. And we took hikes, and I encouraged outside participation with families to do these things on the weekend. And our summer school programs are kind of wrapping up all of that science in your space.
And I know science is like where your heart is, and I'm really excited to talk about the different summer courses that you're offering because these courses span all of our grade levels that we have here at Brookwood, starting with our incoming first graders. So we're going to talk a little bit about the 4 courses Mrs. Bobula is offering this summer. The first class we're going to talk about is a class that's offered to our incoming first and second graders called Mustang Mustang, What Do You See? Mrs. Bobula, can you give us some detail about that course?
I can. In kindergarten, they read the book, Brown Bear, What Do You See? And like I said, we went outside with their magnifying glasses and got to look in their world and do observations and question stuff. So we are going to take 4 different mini hikes and record what we see, and then we are going to put that into a booklet, and at the end of the session, they will have their own booklet called Mustang Mustang, What Did We See? And that will be their take-home for the end of their summer school session.
That's really cool, being able to be hands-on and then also have something of relevance to bring home to work on throughout the rest of the summer. Another course that Mrs. Bobula is offering is called Potted Pollinators that will be available for incoming second and third graders. Can you go into detail for us, Mrs. Bobula?
I can. Actually, Potted Pollinators is going to join the Mustang Mustang group for their final hike. We'll be going down to Glacier Park just past Richmond. One of their biologists there will be walking with us, and we'll be looking at what type of flowers drew pollinators. Currently, we're going through a pollinator shortage, which makes it hard to get our plants with our vegetables and fruits and our beautiful flowers. So we've ordered raised beds to go here in front of the elementary school, which is why I'm outside. The raised beds actually just came today. Woohoo! So the Potted Pollinators group will be looking to see what plants drew the pollinators, and that's what we will be putting in our raised beds out here outside the school.
That's really neat. I think these hands-on experiences are so important for our kids as they grow up to have that information and how they can, as adults and as they grow, help our environment grow and be successful, since we have a lack of these pollinators and the flowers, the vegetables, it's all real life for all of them. So thanks for offering this really cool experience and also giving our elementary school something cool that they can continue to go back and see something that they did. I think that's awesome.
It's hard to respect something that will sting you, knowing that it still has a purpose. But I think, this way we develop that level of respect for that, and that being aware that there's a distance and a purpose to that.
Another course Mrs. Bobula is offering is for incoming 4th and 5th graders called Conservation Kids. What's that one about, Mrs. Bobula?
You may have noticed driving down on your way to Lake Geneva that we now have Hackmatack, which is a preserve there. It's actually a corridor that extends all the way into half of Illinois. And they just started that here local with us. And so we'll be working with a group called Friends of Hackmatack and helping them with the projects that they are doing to develop and conserve that prairie land and make sure that everything is the best that it can be to preserve that space.
That's interesting. I had no idea that that was going on, and that's just right in our backyard. So there's so many things that we can be a part of to learn more about, for our students to understand, for our kids to understand, and the importance of our environment. Can't wait to hear more about that. The last class Mrs. Bobula is offering is for 6th to 8th graders. It's called Stream Study of Nippersink Creek. Let's hear about that one too, Mrs. Bobula.
I know that's a mouthful, isn't it? Stream Studies of Nippersink Creek. So the DNR works with us on this activity, and we will be looking at our stretch of the Nippersink Creek, which again extends from past Burlington all the way down into Illinois, and is a very busy recreational creek down in the Illinois side. And what we will be doing up here is we'll be collecting information to give to the DNR that will test the health and wellness of the creek itself.
I think some really cool aspects about the courses that you're offering is that students will be able to see that it's not just us ourselves, like we have a part to do with it individually and independently, but there's so many other people in the world that have their hand in this work, and to work collaboratively with other people, but also for them to internally understand that they have a part in it too. I think that these experiences that you're offering to our students this summer is awesome, Mrs. Bobula.
I wish when I was in school that somebody would have shown me these opportunities to be a wildlife biologist or, work with creek studies, but that was never an option. So I'm glad that I can offer that to our kids so that they can see that there is this potential if that's where their heart is.
Yeah, that's so cool. So if you're interested in more information or interested in signing up for classes, feel free to reach out to Mrs. Bobula directly or sign up through either school office. Mustangs, I also wanted to remind you, don't forget about our academic coaching sessions. That's an opportunity that's new this summer that we're offering to all of our Brookwood families. So thanks for joining us, Mustangs. Have a great day.